Throughout history, war had one immutable rule. The one pulling the trigger always had a beating heart. A soldier or a commander, someone bore the weight of the decision to end another human's life. However, recently, silently, and irreversibly, this rule has been broken. Now, when you look at the sky, that thing spreading like a cloud won't be a flock of birds. They are our new masters, heartless, tireless, and never hesitating. And the most terrifying truth is this: humans will no longer give the order to pull the trigger. Right now, a chip simpler than the processor in your pocket is scanning your facial features in 1,000th of a second, matching them with your social media data, analyzing your political views, and tagging you as a target to be eliminated. While you take a sip of your coffee, artificial intelligence has already signed your death warrant. No approval, no conscience, just a cold, metallic execution. This technology didn't appear overnight. It was developed over years in the sterile environments of laboratories under the guise of the defense industry. Initially, the goal was innocent: to save soldiers' lives. It made sense to send machines to the front lines instead of humans. But when engineers realized that machines could decide millions of times faster than human reflexes, that deadly threshold was crossed. Humans are now merely observers. The great mystery here isn't whose hands these weapons are in, but rather who these weapons will turn into. When a swarm of autonomous drones locks onto its target, it shuts down its communication network. You cannot recall it. You cannot change its mind. You cannot beg. Once released into the air, it is no longer a tool, but a hunter, focused solely on its mission, listening to no one, not even its master. You might say, control is still with us humans. Is it really? But what if there is a glitch in the software? What if the facial recognition algorithm mistakes the umbrella in your hand for a rifle? Or worse? What if these swarms begin to develop their own strategies? What if an AI model concludes, I must remove all obstacles, meaning civilians, to complete the mission? In the past, weapons of mass destruction, nuclear bombs, were expensive, complex systems available only to superpowers. This created a global balance of terror. However, AI-powered autonomous weapons, slaughterbots, have overturned this balance. Today, the cost of manufacturing a drone the size of your palm is cheaper than the latest smartphone. This fundamentally shifts the economic and political atmosphere. No need for tanks, jets, or missiles. Thousands of mini-drones carrying 3 grams of explosives, guided by AI, can render the most advanced air defense systems helpless. Because you can shoot down a missile, but you cannot shoot down a swarm of bees. The most terrifying aspect of autonomous weapons isn't their physical power, but their digital minds. AI constructs war strategies in ways humans cannot even imagine. Humans spend years studying this subject, don't they? Machines simply process data. Imagine a scenario. The AI defense systems of 2 superpowers face off. Country A's AI predicts that Country B is preparing an attack. Country B's AI perceives this prediction as a threat and launches a preemptive strike. This entire process happens in milliseconds, just like the flash crashes in the stock market. By the time humans realize what is happening and pick up the red phone, cities may have already burned. Even more chilling is swarm intelligence. For example, these drones don't move individually. Like a flock of birds, they communicate to form a collective brain. If one is shot down, the others instantly change formation to close the gap. They learn. They analyze your escape routes, your hiding habits. You are playing hide and seek against an AI, and it sees the entire map. We must pause and think at this point. Is it logical to give machines the authority to kill? This could be ethical suicide for humanity. The Geneva Conventions, the laws of war, human values. If they get out of control and gain consciousness, all of this can be wiped away with a software update. When an algorithm mistakes a toy in a child's hand for a weapon and fires, who is guilty? The coder? The commander who gave the order? Or that piece of metal that learned on its own and made the decision? Legal systems are helpless against these questions. Courts cannot put software on trial. You cannot imprison a drone. This responsibility gap is the perfect cover to keep the perpetrators of massacres unknown. Imagine a world where you are afraid to look at the sky at night. Every buzz, every mechanical sound is terrifying enough to stop your heart. Freedom is replaced by paranoia. Windows are shuttered. Special clothing is worn to evade thermal cameras. Humanity retreats underground, into the darkness, out of fear of the technology it created. We have surrendered the light to the machines. Simulations are over. The testing phases are complete. We are now in the real world. While warning speeches at the United Nations echo in empty halls, factories continue to run 24/7. Every second, a new hunter rolls off the assembly line. Perhaps right now, the camera of the device you are using to watch this documentary is processing your biometric data into a global database. To an autonomous system, you are just a data set. Your coordinates, your habits, and your face, all archived to be used when the day comes. When humanity discovered fire, we got warm, but we also got burned. When we split the atom, we created energy, but we destroyed cities. Now, we have artificialized intelligence and given it a weapon. This may be the final link in the chain. But what if we have already lost control? What if the swarms waiting silently outside right now are just waiting for the timer to run out to receive their first command? Can you hear that faint buzzing at your doorstep?